Hey there, welcome to day 55 of our Supersize You annual challenge. Today we're talking about the U in our super acronym, our super process that we're going through every month this year to get enough repetition to install it in our subconscious. So we've got another tool in our toolbox for whenever we might need it. Well, U stands for uncover what is. Uncover the current situation. What's really going on with the area that you decided you want to work on with respect to confidence? And I'll share somebody's example right here. What is the current situation? Yesterday we said, okay, this is what we want. This is a specific target that we want. And as soon as we identify that, we realize, oh, well, I'm not there yet, or we wouldn't have set it as a target. So now what we want to do is identify, where are we right now? Be super duper brutally honest with yourself, because nobody else is going to see this. Nobody else is going to hear it, just you. So what's your current situation? It was yesterday, and today is uncovering your starting point. Where are you right now? So let me give you an example of this. And this is not my story. This is, I forgot to write down whose story this is, and I see I spilled coffee on myself already this morning. Woohoo! So some of the things that she uncovered, where she said she's got constant self-doubt, second-guessing every decision. This is where she is right now. And what she wants is, let's go back and visit that. Specify your target. Build unshakable self-confidence. Overcome imposter syndrome. Take bold action despite fear. Celebrate wins. Speak positively to myself. And then trust my decisions. I like to use other people's stories. I could do mine too, but I think it's fun sometimes to mix in my stories with other people's stories. And I'll have to, I can't remember who this was. I'm going to have to look it up. I'm so sorry. Uncovering the starting point. What we do is we just brainstorm and bullet point. I just bullet point out, and I ask other people to do the same, or just, I actually do it in my journal. What are key just phrases that tell me where I'm at right now with respect to this? Now, I'm actually getting more confident doing direct messaging. That's the thing I've selected for an improvement area for my confidence. And so mine would be slightly different than this, but what she says is she's got constant self-doubt, second-guessing every decision. She attributes success to luck, but failures to inadequacy. Ooh, that's a big one. That's a big false belief. Negative self-talk loop. I am soon to be 66 years old, and I still have to catch myself in negative self-talk. I think we do. I think that as humans, we are just so hardwired to the negative that it's mind-boggling. Playing small to avoid failure. Playing small to avoid success. That's not on here, but I've been on both sides of that coin as well. Obstacles. She tends to be a perfectionist. She compares herself to others. She has childhood messages about not being good enough, not being enough, not being a good enough girl, not doing what she was supposed to do all the time, right? And then strengths. She's got, she's competent. Others see her as competent, even if she does not see herself that way. And she's willing to work on herself. She's willing to say, okay, I'm going to go through this process and I'm going to figure it out so I can be a better human being. And so I can show up as an example for other people. So that's our U. Now, our topic for today with respect to confidence is confident delegation. How do we delegate? How do we let other people help us? And why is it important? And then I'll give us an action item for that. Delegation, I had to figure this out a long, long time ago, but especially after 2010. I had a sudden cardiac arrest, and I physically could not run my business. Well, fortunately for me, I'd put processes and systems and people in place and in different roles so that it clicked along without me for the 6 months that I was in cardiac rehab and doing other things. And there's a whole lot more involved in that, but that just was my, you got to delegate everything because you cannot physically do it. Whenever we have a health challenge, that is usually the universe telling us we need a huge wake-up call and a shake-up in how we're doing things in our life. At least that was my experience. So what are some key things to remember when it comes to delegating? Number one, our inability to delegate, it signals that we have a lack of confidence either in ourselves or, heaven forbid, as a leader or a parent, others as capable. It signals to them that we don't believe that they can do it or that they're capable of handling the responsibility. Huge mistake unless you want super dependence as well as super dependent people that work with you. Usually we hire people for their expertise and to do a certain job or role in our life or our organization. And so it's our job to give clear direction and expectations, but then get the hell out of the way so that they can do the thing that you hired them to do. Holding on to everything creates bottlenecks and it prevents growth. It actually possibly stunts growth. And I say all the time in my businesses, whenever we're having a problem or a situation, if I look, I am somewhere in the mix causing that problem or causing that delay or causing that obstacle. I am often the bottleneck or the obstacle in terms of what we want to do. Delegation allows us to scale ourselves. It allows us to scale and contribute in ways that are much more powerful because it's not all on us. And then confident leaders empower others by trusting them with meaningful work. We allow people to make decisions and use their brains in our life and in their organizations. I think one of the most powerful things we can do is have a personal assistant that can do multiple things for us, that we can just offload things as they become automatic, or we have a process for doing it. And we don't have to be the one that does everything all the time. Because guess what? Each and every one of us only has 24 hours in every single day. That's all we get. And so we get to decide how we're going to allocate and spend that time. We want to do it in ways that add more value to ourselves and to the world. And one of the ways we can do that is by delegating. We can delegate off the things that we don't absolutely positively have to do. So what are we going to do with this today? I challenge you to delegate one personal task that you don't actually physically have to do yourself. One, just one, anything. Could be the grocery shopping. COVID, thank you very much. I delegated my shopping to online shopping, which takes me a fraction of the amount of time that it used to take to have to get in the car, go to the grocery store, walk around the whole store, pick everything out, pay for it, bag it myself, because most places back then weren't bagging groceries anymore. I saved literally tons of time since going to online shopping, online grocery shopping. It's automatic. I do it once a month, beginning of the month, first week, boom, here's a big order of the staple things we need. And then guess what? I delegate to my daughter the rest of the things that we need on a regular basis to supplement what we did in the beginning. Much easier, much more efficient. And we've got a better setup. We're a lot more streamlined at home. So what are some things we can think about this? Ask yourself, what are you holding on to that somebody else could do at least 80% as well? Sorry about that. At least 80% as well as you can. I guarantee it's almost everything that you do, except your zone of genius. You need to keep that. What does your inability to delegate, if you struggle with delegation, like I still sometimes do, what does that reveal about my confidence or my belief in the other person that I'm thinking about delegating to, or just belief in someone else? It doesn't even have to be a specific person. It's the universe. And guess what? If I keep thinking that way, it will become harder and harder for me to delegate. It's just like a muscle. Any other thing that we haven't done often, we just do it, we learn from it, and then we get more comfortable doing it, and then it's easier the next time. And then what becomes possible when I actually trust other people and focus on the things I'm great at, my zone of genius. So again, our challenge today is to delegate one thing today, and then share in the comments below what it is. And then let's normalize asking for help and trusting other people to rise to the occasion when we ask. Or maybe if you're not asking the right person, you just need to open your mind and say, okay, well, what else is possible? Who else could possibly take this off of my plate? All right. I love this topic. Didn't used to love this topic, but I love it now. So if I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.